Hey people, welcome back. So good to have you back. My name is Duce, Dr. Duce, and I'm joined once again by my co-host right here, First Timothy. Lovely to have you on this My Mindset podcast episode.
Yeah,
So, Tim, how's your week been, man?
yeah, it's been good, man. Been doing a lot of filming. I'm really
Yeah,
into this YouTube thing, man. I'm really into growth strategies and learning how to. I mean, as a small channel,
yeah.
growing this thing, just like I've grown the music. And I'm
Mm,
enjoying the fact that we are able to have a place in this
yeah,
world that, as much as our, because think about it, our imagination is unlimited. So we
yes.
have to have a beast just as big to battle when it comes to
Mm,
keeping us sticking with our purpose, and
yes.
that always keeps us on our toes. You make a video, you got to think on the next, but then you always have a new
Mm,
idea. So it's a
yeah,
blessing to
yeah,
be able
yeah.
to do that, and I'm into it, you know. So I've been just
Oh,
doing a lot of that, and even even just thinking about you from the last episode. I was just thinking, yo,
yeah.
I'm ready to get into this AI thing, and yeah, man. But how's your week been?
Uh, my week's been great. I have done something a bit different again. Once again, we always repeating the key theme here, which is about switching up our mindset. And it's
Mm,
been a long time since I did a fast. I've been doing intermittent fasting for about almost 6 months now. So
mm,
I eat my window of eating is between 12 p.m. to 8 p.m.
mm.
So then I kind of fast for 16 hours. I've been doing that for about 6 months, and it's part of a health transformation, a bit losing some weight, and just kind of generally feeling better.
Mm.
Um, but I discovered a video which on YouTube, which came up on my feed, which kind of talked about doing a 36-hour feast. Feast?
Feast.
Not a feast. Not a feast. That's because I just come off the fast. I'm thinking feast. A fast. A
That's
36
funny.
hour fast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, it's funny that, isn't it? Yeah, it's crazy when you really think about what they call it. Freudian slip. Um, so
That's funny.
So anyway, this dude is talking about the benefits that can be gained from doing
Mm,
a 36-hour fast.
right.
And I watched the video and I wasn't even looking for that. And I watched it in the week and I said, I'm gonna do that because I can see what he's talking about. I can see the benefits. I'm
Yeah,
gonna give it a go.
yeah.
So I've just come off this 36-hour fast. I did 37 hours.
That's amazing.
Mate, I'm feeling fantastic. And I know that. And I'm committing. I've already said it to you
Yeah,
that I was going to do this, but I'm saying it now live.
yeah, 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 yeah,
We talk about accountability.
yeah.
My word means something. So therefore, I'm saying it live. For the next 6 weeks, I'm going to do a 36-hour fast
Mm,
and I will be able to report back on what it's doing for me. I'm
mm,
not like a health freak like you are because you're the
mm,
guy in the
mm.
gym. You're there. You're looking. You teach people. You train
Yeah.
and you coach people in healthy living. That's your
Mm,
lane.
mm, mm.
But for me, I want to improve on my own well-being,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm doing, man. So
Wow.
I'm excited about that aspect of my life, and I've kicked off. It's really something really positive that I've made a start on.
That's amazing, man. And like, that's really good to hear because at the end of the day, all of this can't be enjoyed unless you have your health. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah,
so
absolutely,
that's
man.
really good, man.
Absolutely.
So yeah, like, appreciate as well. Loved everyone's feedback on the last video.
Yeah.
I think it's a huge
Oh, yeah.
topic, and it's
Yes.
a very important thing to talk about because people don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
people feel like, oh, if I just kind of just get on with what I'm doing, then you know what I mean? It won't really bother me or won't really have any effect on me. But
Yeah.
let's change that mindset and let's think, well, how can
Mm.
we capitalize on it? How can we take advantage of it and make the most of
Yes.
it? Because it is here, and
Yes.
I see it as, well, even the Most High, this world is giving us another opportunity to excel the mission, whatever
Yes.
that mission might be
Yes.
for you personally. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yes.
yeah, we appreciate all the love. And today, I just wanted to get straight into it. I wanted to just get into
Yeah.
Splice.
Of course.
We got to talk about
Of
Splice. What was the
course.
other one that you had?
Right, so it's called Udio. We didn't get to touch on that last time,
Mm.
so but I certainly want to pull that up and kind of delve into that as well.
Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So what should we look at first? Should we look at
Let's do the
Splice first?
splice. Yeah, let's do splice.
Okay,
I'm gonna
cool.
break that down.
Right.
So, as creators and music producers, and even singers, composers, and if you're involved in creating music, you should know about this software right here. It's called Splice. Okay.
Mm.
I've been using this for a little while now. I actually remember the first time it came out. I was in the
Yeah.
studio with an artist, and we was looking for. She was telling me about a sound that she was like, oh, let's get some like guitar sounds and some percussion sounds to put for the thing. Not guitar sounds, just
Mm.
percussion sounds. Bear in mind, back then
Mm.
when I used to do production, it was from scratch. Everything
Yeah.
played,
Yeah.
everything freshly done. But then she's like, oh, don't use Splice. I'm like, what? And she's telling me about
Mm.
this thing, and I'm like, whoa, you can get all these loops. So basically, Splice, you can get loads of loops,
Wow.
loads of sounds, loads of precepts. They've got Serum on there.
Mm.
They've got
Mm.
synthesizers on there. They've got samples, vocal, everything. So it's basically a
Mm.
library of samples and sounds that are
Yeah.
royalty free as well, so you can use them in your
Yeah.
music. And accessible. It's similar to the last episode
Suno.
Suno, where you use
Suno.
credits. Yeah,
Yes.
Suno, where
Yes.
you use credits to basically pay for sound. So, boom, we're
Yes.
in the app right now, and what I'm gonna do is go to once you open the app, you're gonna go to create, um, and this basically the area in which you create the AI or you're using the
Mm.
AI tool. Yeah, so you can start
Right.
with your own loop, or you can just select a
Right.
genre. So I mean, let's just do, what should we do? Let's do R&B. Let's just say R&B.
R&B. So as opposed to, because I've not done this before, and I'm
Mm,
glad that I've never. I know it was there, but
yeah,
I've not used this before. I've been a Splice subscriber for quite a while as well, and
mm,
primarily, as you said, it's been a resource for sample packs.
yeah,
You want a sample in your production in Logic or Pro Tools or whatever, you go out there, you look for it, you drag it in, you drop it in as an individual sample. Maybe it's 4 bars of drums or 8 bars of guitar, for
yeah.
example. You grab that, you drop it into your project, and that's it. What you're talking about here is now using like some sort of AI thing to build a track or something like that. Is that what it is?
Yeah, so that's literally what it is. You can
Yeah,
create your song idea from
yeah,
the loops that you selected. So one of the biggest things that this AI tool solves is that when you go into Splice, there's so many samples and sounds. This is more
yeah,
so for the loops, right? It doesn't do it
right.
for the sounds because well, I think it actually might, but we're going to talk about for the loops. So let's say you have
Right,
a
yeah, yeah,
guitar loop that you want to use. Trying
yeah.
to find other sounds that match with that loop
Oh,
can be
yes.
difficult, but then as well, unless you're a producer that is experienced in chopping samples like we do usually do, then it might even
Yeah,
be difficult to find a key or to find anything that just basically fits in with the
yeah, yeah,
actual
yeah.
loop. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes,
So the AI
yes,
will match the sounds that you to the loop that you've already chosen, and you can basically
yes.
create a song just based on that alone. So
Wow.
I'll kind of get into it. So we're gonna choose R&B
Wow.
here, and off the
Yeah,
back,
yeah.
if you can hear, it's created
Yes.
an R&B loop.
Hold on. What did you do? You just
I
clicked
didn't
on
do anything. I
R&B.
just clicked R&B.
Wow.
Okay. So let me pause it real quick. So what it does is it
Yeah.
creates about, I think it's like 16 bars. It creates a couple of bars of the loop,
Yeah,
and it
yeah.
gives you the basis, so drums, bass, and then other sounds. It lets
Right.
you it lets you solo within this little section here. So if I want to
Yeah.
solo the drums, it will let me
Yeah.
do that. Yeah. So that's a loop that you
Yeah.
might typically find on Splice.
Yeah.
But then obviously
Yes.
if you don't want to create your own bass line or your own other things, you open
Uh-huh.
up a new recommended loop. I'll do it here because you
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
see
Yeah.
what it's like if it just comes up with one. Let's say we want to create a new bass line. So hold on, let me move this. And what it's doing is it's basically syncing any sample that is in the library to what
Yeah.
you've chosen. It changes the key
Wow.
automatically, and it changes the
Wow.
tempo automatically to fit your
Yeah, because
loop.
I can see that. I can see
Yeah.
that there because the drums are at 92 BPM
Yeah.
and the bass is 90 BPM and it's playing it back in sync. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what it does. So you can build a whole song with AI
Yeah.
in here alone.
What about vocals? Can you do
So here we
vocals as
go.
well?
So we're gonna go back to. So you want to select add recommended group. Let's look for some
Yeah.
vocals. Click vocals.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not great.
Yeah, yeah.
So that sounds dead, but
Yeah.
but the point, but you see what I mean, like, and
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
a good
yeah.
point. But watch this though. Watch this though. That
Yeah.
sounds dead. I don't like it. Let's see if it can find
Yeah.
another one. You want to go over here. You're gonna press
Uh-huh.
this, and it's gonna basically look for another vocal sample
Yeah.
and replace
Yeah.
it.
Replace it. I'm glad that happened actually.
I love the way you work it. I love the way you work it out. I love the way you work it out.
So you know what it is, yeah. Bear in mind, this is not AI creating a vocal. It's
That's
matching what's already there. Okay.
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
And giving you ideas as to what you can use
That's
in your
it.
own production.
That's
right.
it.
So in effect, you are still in control of the outcome,
Yes.
as opposed to over on the other AI tools where you give it the prompts and it creates it, and
Yeah.
then it says, "Well, here's the finished thing. Do you like it or not? If not, you don't go again." Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
exactly.
Here you can, yeah.
100%.
Okay.
That's what it is. So the way that I've only started using it recently because sometimes it doesn't always hit on the mark. But
Yeah.
it definitely helps, especially if you find, let's say you find orchestral strings, but you can't
Yeah.
think of a bass line to go with it, or you can't think of a drums that will sound nice. That can help you and inspire you. Even for example, this, if you don't have, you can use it in so many ways, but let's say you don't have a vocal, but you like what's going on here. You can simply, you don't even have to use the vocal. You can use it as like to generate ideas. Do you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
Because obviously, if you want to come up with your own vocal and you don't necessarily want to use that, then you can use that for vocal ideas. I mean, let's do one more. So this one sounds almost like a sample in the back. Kind of thing. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, vocal synth.
The whole how do you say, the bigger image of this is to create music. It's not to create vocals to sing, but it's to create
the
music.
Yes, so
that's what I want to make clear.
Yeah. I got you.
Okay, cool.
So all right.
So I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back here, and I'm gonna show you this bit as well. If you go to stacks now, okay, this is basically where you can create your own personal stacks where you save them, and you can go and export each sample within the stack and put it into Logic.
Yes. Can I just come in here before you do that next move? What I want to say to the audience, right, is this important. Everything that First Timothy has just done there is all he is a person who understands how to use a computer and has an interest in music. That's all it is. The first thing you did was press R&B and it started creating. Therefore, you didn't need any musical knowledge or skill in order to do that. You then went through and you clicked the type of drums or the bass. You told it what elements you might want, and it suggested. And it will keep suggesting until you're satisfied that, that's the one. Then that has nothing to do with having any musical skill. Okay? So this, and it's important to make this point clear at this point, at this section of the video. Although this video is going to resonate a lot with music producers, artists, people, creatives, okay? If you're not, and you've joined the video because it's about mindset and it's about shifting your mindset, we're telling you, you can try this as well. Yeah? You might not be involved in music production in any form, but the tools are there for you to explore and experiment and see what you can come up with.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's kind of, so don't be put off by, we're talking certain technical terms and this. No, all you need to do is go have a look, pick your genre, pick the instrument, try it, have a listen. Does it work? Does it not? And just keep it processing like that.
Yeah.
As long as you can use a computer, you can create music.
As long as you can use a computer, everything is easy from there. Literally, that's what you're saying, and it's 100% true. So I'm gonna quickly show you this last thing, just so that people can really wrap their head around it. Let's go for Afro, right? Let's go for Afro this time. Now, again, bear in mind, once I click the genre, it basically goes out and gets random loops linked to that genre, because every loop has a tag. Okay, so every loop that has Afro, it will bring in, and then it will attach it and put it in here. So I'm gonna play it. So one thing that's really interesting as well is that you can change the genre.
Yeah.
You can change the key, and you can change the BPM. So let's just try that. Let's just try it. Let's do hip hop.
Serious.
So if I want to change it, so
yeah.
So you see what is it? If you want to scratch that, boom, and then right here, let's say I don't like the key. Let's bring it up a bit. Two semitones, right? Let's see that.
I'm feeling that. I'm actually feeling that. I like that. Yeah.
So
I like
cool.
that bass.
So let's say that's how you feel. I think okay. Let's maybe slow it down a little bit, just to kind of show you the control that you can have. It's way more control, like you said. You got way more control. And let's just say let's add some guitars in there. Why not?
Yeah.
So you can control the volume of each thing. You can control the volume of each thing as well individually. There's so much control you have. That's what I want to make sure that people see. So let's say we're done with that. I'm going to go ahead over here. I'm going to save it.
Yes.
Okay. And I want to name it. Let's say Mindset Groove. And then once you've saved that now, you go to your stacks and Mindset Groove is right there. So now I can go in here. I just want everyone to know as well. If you want to, because obviously you're not going to make the whole song. You're not going to make the whole song in Splice. So you're going to go to the View samples, and it has every sample that you have for you to download with your credits and drag into Logic. And I think with that being said, this is a tool that allows you to use Splice more effectively. It doesn't always get it right, though. It doesn't always get it right, which is 100%.
Yeah.
But I think for beginners, it's great. Yes. I think for people who want to try and find, let's say you got one guitar, but you want to find something, just some synths that go with it, you can use that for that. You can literally just use it for single things. But yeah, man, it's a great tool. 100%. Shout out to Splice, man.
Fantastic. Yeah, I tell you what, man. I'm doing a video. I'm doing it for my for music tech training. MTTC. Watch a video's coming. I'm gonna learn this, and I'm gonna do a tutorial video on it. 100%. That's coming. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So like I said, the other, because we showed you Suno last week and Udio. I have only touched this once. So
I haven't seen this. I've not heard of this one.
Yeah, this one here is another one. Again, it's up there with Suno, and but again, it's crazy like what's possible. So let's just go straight in. All right, on this one, for this one, I'm gonna show you how we use this other AI music generator that I've discovered called Udio or Udio, however you want to. I call it Udio. It's udio.com. Again, I'm not an affiliate or anything like that. I've just found it to be incredibly powerful, similar to Suno, which we demonstrated last week and just nearly took our heads off in amazement. So let's go straight in, man. You've shown how we do it in Splice. This one here, once again, unlike Splice, this one here is where it creates the whole thing for you. You just give it the prompts and it will go. So I'm good. I'm feeling like creating something that would resonate with me now. So old school R&B, like soul, maybe something that 70s soul vibe, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come up with something like maybe a a 70s soul, keep writing, that's your soul vibe about um, the struggle to survive. So,
I'm looking forward to hearing this one.
yeah, man, in this crazy world. It's all fresh, coming straight from the dome. All right. A 70s soul vibe about the struggle to survive in this crazy world. Okay. I'm gonna start picking some genres now. So I'm gonna type R&B, R&B, and if you see down here, so just kind of straighten up my thing here. You'll see once I put in R&B, you get some more genres. So I'm gonna put I'm gonna type soul here, and then put a comma. Yeah. So every time you type in a genre, you'll see the genres start changing down here. Okay. And I think I'm gonna put, let's see, black exploitation. That was kind of a genre from that era. I hope I've spelled it right. I think that's
Let's got it there. Yeah.
yeah. I know. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. Upload audio. Now, if you had produced a song, if you're like, if the person, if one of you guys is watching, is like us, where we can produce, but you're not a lyricist, nor are you a singer. I could produce a song, upload it, and get this engine to write the lyrics on my theme and sing it for me. Crazy. So to do so, you go to upload audio. Okay.
That's crazy, man.
You can create a folder into which you can dump these things. I have got a folder here somewhere that I'd created, like some test stuff. Anyway, we're good to go, man. That's it. There's some advanced controls down here which wasn't there before. I don't remember. Yeah, so you can choose the length as well, and this is the AI modeling. So was that yeah? Is that
so? That's the version of whatever software they're using.
Yeah, exactly. The one you have access to. And I think once you upgrade, I think when you go up to higher, the higher paid model, because this is the free one version that I'm using at the moment, yeah.
Right.
But if you went for the paid version, you always get the most recent and the sort of like the premium.
Okay.
Excuse me, the premium version. Okay. Now down here you've got even more control over what it's generating. You've got the song length. If we went for 2 minutes 10 seconds, we're using 4 credits. For 32 seconds, it's 2 credits. Okay, if I was to change that back, let me show you just real quick. Yeah, that's 2 credits out of your 110 that you've got. Okay. Clip timing, what's that? I'm not going to get into the weeds there. This is more just to demonstrate how what's possible. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go. This is not so much.
It gives you some good control, like over
you have
using. Yeah.
You have so much control compared to the other one, Suno. Okay?
Could you highlight that? Sorry to cut you. I was gonna say
of course.
When you highlight the eye of generation quality, because I want to see what it means. Yeah.
Yeah.
So experimental trade quality for speed of. Oh, so it's just how quick it makes it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Exactly. So let's go to ultra. Let's set ultra, yeah?
Okay. Because I thought it was like, if it's quicker, the quality will go down, or if it's, I didn't know what that. Yeah.
So the faster will give you, the faster it processes your request, the lower the quality.
Okay.
So if you just need something as some like background music, that's going to be a bed under your production, like a podcast or something like that, then you probably use you'll probably go for fast.
So it actually says, so the fastest is on the left and the slowest is on the right, but the quality will be better slower, right?
That's what I'm saying, isn't it? Slower. That's it.
Okay, cool.
That's it. Exactly. Generation speed. Yeah, sorry, we done that already. Clarity. What's that?
How much?
So how much? Yeah, you read it.
Oh, so how much the
My
model
glasses
should
with me.
prioritize clarity and instrument separation in the generated audio. Higher values may yield clearer audio, but may sound less natural. Okay, so
Right.
when
Right.
so that's like the vocals performance might sound a bit more robotic, or
Yeah.
it might have you know that stretched noise when you when you pull a
Yeah.
sample.
Yeah.
It's probably like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Okay.
Exactly. So, I mean, I think we'll stick with the default there and
Yeah.
lyrical strength. You can read that as well, please.
How much the lyrics influence the contents of a clip. Lower values can sound more natural, but lyrics may be ignored. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay,
Well, that's
cool. We
cool.
can
I
leave
mean,
that neutral, innit?
we can leave that exactly. Style reduction. What genre? Oh, to avoid. So you can, yeah, if you wanted to sort of say definitely don't do this certain types of genres. That's cool. Let's just hit create, man. So I'm gonna hit create and then see how quickly we turn this around.
And
Okay,
it
so
gives
again,
two versions as well.
it's giving us two versions as well, and that's going to
Wow.
use. I think it was like 4 credits, man,
Wow.
which means so you know we still got 106 credits. It's going to give us 2 songs, bro, complete, and we still got 106 credits on the free version.
On the free version.
This is the free version, my friend. This is the free version.
Oh my word,
Yeah.
man.
So yeah, it's so hopefully
So right now it's generating the cover art, and at the same time it's generating 2 versions of the song.
2 versions
Whereas
of the
you'd
song, man.
spend 4 credits, and usually it would take about maybe £4,000 to pay for the sessions, to buy the beat, to get the
See?
writers to write the song, to put it together, to schedule it for
See?
release, and to do it. Nah. Yeah.
See what I'm saying,
it's
bro?
crazy.
Even if right, and I'm not saying this is what people should do, but this is what people are going to do, and they're probably already doing. Let me just adjust my screen again, right? Because yeah, this is what people are probably doing right now, or they're going to do, is they're going to get onto these platforms and just every day make, I don't know, 50 songs. And all you need to do, and just schedule them out for release. All you need to do is score with one of those 50. You just need to score well with one of those 50. That's your payday. Tomorrow, another 50 songs. Release them. Score one. You see what I'm saying?
Wow.
The effort is just kind of like, just get in front of the computer, type some code, a description, have a listen. Is it all right? Cool. Send it up. Release it.
And think about the opportunity for people, because obviously we've talked about the people who, if you decide that you almost want to be left behind in this, you don't want anything to do with this, then that's fair enough. But for the people who might want to capitalize on it, think about the sync placements that you could get for TV, movie, and film by taking how much time out of your day and building a portfolio that is for a certain. It could be for Marvel. It could be for DC. It could be for a television series. It could be for a comedy series. Like, think about what you'd be able to do. And with that being said, it's just finished, isn't it?
It's it. It's done. It's done. And that was on the Ultra. That's the longest it's going to take.
Yeah. That was on the
longest it's going to take. Yeah. So let's have a quick listen to what we came up with. This is all live. We came up with this concept as we were typing it. All right. Listen.
In the struggle, we find our way. Holding tight to the skies of gray. Each step feels like a heavy load. Through the pain, we find the road. Keep the faith, we won't despair. And this story find its way. Together, we'll stand. Together we rise, be the air. Oh, can you feel the fire in this world full of desire? We keep pushing through the rhythm. We find the light. It's a journey, but we won't back down. Won't back down, we won't back down.
We're cooked. Bro, we're done. We're done. We're done. We're done for. We're finished. We're finished.
No, you know what? Nah, Bonda. This is what we're doing. This is what is gonna happen. This is what we're gonna do for people. This for artists, okay, and producers as well. when if we decide to use these tools, okay, if you're someone that is willing and open-minded to use these type of tools, this is something where you can use and almost remake yourself for you as an artist, or for an artist as a producer, because we've got to think of ways that we obviously, if you're not using it and this thing becomes mainstream, we're done for 100%. But we don't want that to be the case. So how do we use it? This is how we use it. I would take this song because we own the rights to it, right? I'm sure that all of these,
that's right. Yeah, right. So this is a great time to bring this up.
Yeah.
On most of these platforms, on the free version of the platform, sorry, let's reload that. In order to ensure to have a license, exclusive license, and no copyright issue, you need to be on the paid version.
Okay.
Very important flag. If you were to release this free version, then from my understanding, and it's still being worked out at the moment, but Udio will own the copyright to this creation on the free platform. So we need to flag that. I know for certain it's the same on Suno.
Yeah.
From you go onto the paid platform, then you're good. You know, whatever you create, you can release, and there's no issue.
Yeah, no, that's brilliant. Yeah, because it's important about that. Because obviously, once you know that you have the rights, obviously becoming a member, then you can take that song and you can you can obviously either release it, but we're talking about artists that want to use creativity, that have a brand, okay?
Yes.
You can use that, embody the vocal performance, apply it to your own style, use the music or even manipulate the music. And that's how we can capitalize on these type of things, because it allows you to make music that bro, listen to what's going on. 70s. This is a banger what I'm listening to.
See what I'm saying? You hear the strings. You hear when the strings came in, bro.
It's crazy. And the arrangement, the key changes, all of that. Like, so if you don't know how to do that, you might not be musically inclined. Use these tools, man. This is how you still win. You know what I mean? So, I mean, you was going to play did you play the second one? Oh, no, we're going to play the second one.
Let me drop the second one, man. Let's drop the second one. Okay, let's get ready.
The second one's the blue one.
Oh, second one. Sorry, my bad.
It's all right.
Life's a hustle, gotta find my way. Searching for peace in the world that sways. Dreams in my pocket, hope in my soul. But the weight of the grind, it takes its toll. Keeping it real, gotta stand my ground. In the chaos life, I won't back down. Still and try, keep my flame alive. In this crazy world, I will learn to survive. Soul in my heart, rhythm in my veins. The pain and I find my gains. Shadows and doubt.
Right. It's skipping out. It was glitching out there.
Yeah.
It couldn't cope without energy on the first one. The first one kills it anyway.
Yeah.
The first one.
You know what? It was interesting because there was really nice, subtle backing vocals there that was sitting.
Yes.
Like the harmonies that it was doing was really nice.
That's it, man.
But like you see, it's still. This is good. This is a good sign because those little delays and glitches shows it's early. Yeah. If you're watching this video, we're early. We're early. It's not too late. That's the point.
Great observation, man. Great observation. Yeah, man. So that's what I'm saying. You know, with these tools, and so far I haven't really given my view on how you can, I think what you've been saying to the audience is exactly right. I think because it's fresh. For you, you're hearing it for the first time.
Yeah.
Because I've already digested it and I've already got a plan. And I've really thought long and hard about this. I'm going to take a slightly different approach to this, yeah. And I'm going to say to you, and something you alluded to earlier. The fact is, eventually, making music is going to become almost a worthless
Yeah.
exercise as a musician, unless you have the intention of doing live music.
Yeah.
And what's going to happen is the value of live musicians is going to go through the roof, because just like your niece came and said, "Oh, I made a song and it's AI, and look at it," and you listen to that song, yeah. If as a kid you're making tunes like that, why are you going to go and learn how to produce music? Why would you, when you can just go on and just type in the code, a string of commands, and produce a full song that you can release? Why would you want to learn how to make that?
It's crazy.
Why?
Bro.
It's like a microwave. Why are you going to take time to heat up your food however many minutes properly when you've got a microwave that will do it in a minute and a half? Why? We're busy people. We haven't got time. We don't care to learn how to cook. What we want to do is go and buy and call up Uber Eats and get them to deliver the food. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. This is the world we live in. And when the kids are now being exposed to that, the discipline and the interest in doing the hard graft and learning the skill of music production, it's gone. It's gone. You know, and that's what's going to happen. However, and there's always a flip side to these situations, which is the value that a real musician will then bring. Because these artists, concerts are always going to be here. And the most exciting thing about a concert is seeing the live performance, the people playing, the people jamming, you know, whether it be a concert, whether it be a club, whether it be just a little unplugged gathering. The AI is not going to work there, man. You need to have musicians. So when you've got like a new crop of youngsters coming up, not learning instruments, not learning how to produce and all of that, those who do, so that's it.
It sets a limitation on the people. It sets a limitation on the people who only use this to do music. Right. This is why all the suggestions that I made earlier and in the last episode was to use this as a tool, as a part of what you're already doing. I don't think that it is I think that it can work 100%. You just coming up with an artist name, coming up with a brand, coming up with an Instagram page, making music, dropping it every week, sticking with a genre, sticking with a voice. You can do that. Yeah, you can do that. But what happens when they want to see live? What happens when they want to know the artist? What happens then? Because you're not going to see that. The artist isn't real. No. It's just it's just like those Instagram channels where they're AI people. Like they're in AI picture of some random guy or whatever, and they're just posting pictures of this AI generated person. That's not gonna be sustainable, because human nature is the interaction. We need to feel those vibrations in person. So the musician's value, like you said, is gonna increase massively, because who's gonna be there to even the tune that we just played, the way that the guy was playing the keys, the way that like people, it's gonna become a place where you might make the track, but then we're gonna have to learn it and play it.
Exactly. So you're gonna need to find someone. Yeah. So imagine you've made that's a great example you've given there. So let's say it's me now, right? I haven't learned how to play an instrument, or to sing, how to write, or to produce or anything. But I've discovered this and I'm making tracks. But I'm lucky because I've blown up. And there's demand for me to kind of move my career forward with live performances. But the problem is, we're talking, let's say a couple years down the road, yeah? Problem is, no one knows how to play anymore because the kids ain't been learning how to play, and people have lost interest because music's so easy to make.
Yeah.
But there are those guys who continued the discipline of learning to play. Now, I'm going to need you, Timothy, who is a musician, to play on my track.
Yeah.
Whereas you'd probably, let's say you were charging, let's say it was £500 a day for the session when everyone was playing.
Yeah.
Now, in order for me to get you, I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to dig deep. Yeah.
100%.
And-
Yeah, go on,
yeah.
finish.
No, that's the point. That's the point.
Now,
That's the
yeah,
point.
because I was just going to say what you said about the 500 a day. What happens
Yeah.
now is the demand is going to increase and it's going to become more
Yes.
expensive to pay for
Exactly.
these musicians because you're going to want the best of the best. And you know what as well? This is what's crazy. For a lot of these software, you can't control the complexity of the composition.
Exactly.
So that
That's right.
means you need to pay someone experienced enough and qualified enough who can actually comprehend what's being played.
That's right.
And that's going to cost money. You can't just get the best musicians on some... Are you mad? You know what I'm saying? Like, so
Bro.
that's another thing. So musicians, you can win here. You know what I'm saying? You can win here.
You can 100%. You see, like even that example, I didn't even think about that, Tim. You see, when we just played the first of those two songs, okay,
Yeah.
and that funky vibe, as exactly, you might be able to. Let's say I was the person who used, just like now. I've created that using the AI. Now I want to do a live thing for this. Yeah, cool. Now I need someone to be able to interpret that composition.
Mm-hmm.
But because I know someone who's an amazing keyboard player, it doesn't mean that he or she can deconstruct that piece.
Yeah.
You need someone with a producer's mind
Yes.
to deconstruct that.
Yeah.
That's why there are some people who are just insane guitarists, insanely good bass players, keyboard players, drummers.
Yeah.
But they're good at that one thing. It's the producer. And that's what production originally was. The person in the room who has an understanding of what's going on with every single part of the song. Okay? Now you you need to find someone, a composer, producer, to be able to deconstruct that and say, okay, we're going to hire this bass player because this is the part that I want the bass player to play. And this is the part I want the keyboardist to play and the guitarist, and then pull the band together. You know what that's going to cost you? When no one can play. Yeah, that's the truth,
huge.
man.
That's huge.
Yeah.
That's
so
huge.
for musicians, as you're saying there, for musicians, artists, creatives,
Yeah.
true creatives,
Yeah.
you can still win, as you said, Tim.
Yeah, 100%. Cover bands,
Yep.
bands in 7-piece,
Yep.
4-piece. There's an opportunity
Yep.
here.
Yep.
You don't even have to have. If you are already in a band and you're
Yeah.
struggling to come up with music, you can create a prompt that is in the genre and lane of your band that you already been doing music with, and you can create
it.
new ideas using that. Because
That's it.
this is where we elevate that. And it's not that even you're gonna use the AI song, you're just gonna own that composition
That's it.
and perform
Composition.
it, or
Exactly.
re-record it with your live band.
Exactly.
There's an opportunity
Exactly.
there. There's an
That's it.
opportunity there, and you have to look at it from every angle, from the side,
That's it.
upside down, like everything, because it's not just I'm gonna use AI, make a song and release it. It's not that.
Nah,
There's
nah,
a
nah.
thousand
That's
ways we
not it.
can do this, and so
That's
don't
it.
be man. Everyone, all the musicians, all the producers, artists,
Yeah.
everyone. You know, if you're into music in any sort of way, be encouraged and be inspired because there is a new opportunity for every single person here. You can flip it any way. And you know what the best part, you know what the maddest part about this is? Full ownership of masters, full ownership of
Exactly.
copyright. And that is something that you might get a hit with one of these AI songs, re-perform it with a band, whatever you do.
Yep.
But the fact is that you can own the mix and the master, all of that, without even being in a studio, mate. You can do it from your bedroom and you can own that. And now, and when it comes to, you build a catalog with these tools, you've won.
Yeah,
So
you've
be
won.
smart, man. Be smart. It's all about
You
the
see,
mindset.
I'm so glad that you shifted it back there, Tim, because the resonance with me was for a little while. It's over. It's done. Not that I was ever going to give up, but because I knew it wasn't done for me.
Yeah.
It wasn't done for me. It's never going to be done for me. I'm always going to find a way
Mm.
and pivot. And I know that's exactly the same for you. But I know for a lot of people, it's like it's done, it's finished.
Mm.
So, and there's a lot of folks as well who are sort of technophobes. They're a bit intimidated by the software, doing this type of thing and indulging in there. Maybe a person watching this video is a guitarist, for example, and all you do is you just kill it on the guitar. You're amazing on the guitar, and you're not really into production. And well, we're kind of showing you that. Well, you've got different options here, as you've just pointed out, Tim, on the live side, as well as what we're demonstrating here. Is you take time to come to understand and to get ahead of the crowd because it's early, and you can still win.
You can win. You can get so far ahead. Don't ever doubt. And that's what I just want to remind it, even as we're wrapping up. It's all about your mindset and your approach, and it's all about your perspective. That's why we call this channel Mindset, because everything can be looked at in a negative and in a positive way. And this is how we choose to look at it. We're choosing to look at it in a positive way, so that people, everyone that is a part of this channel, everyone is a part of this community, can win and share their stories on how this episode might have changed your whole mind towards what you thought was over to what you can now do. And I wish, honestly as well, I wish there was people like, I mean, obviously, if we was in the art industry, we could have had a foot in that and space to help people and say, yo, it's mad, but here's how you can flip it. Obviously, and still be original, because I think the problem that people have is not that I don't want to use AI. It's more so I don't want to be unoriginal in terms of I don't want it to be unnaturally original. But ultimately, you can still do both or just the one. You can make it work for you.
100%, 100%, 100%, mate. I think you've nailed it there, and I think there's plenty of food for thought for the audience. I think if you've stumbled upon this video, please go and watch the first episode. This one here is a two-parter. The first one went so well, we had to do a second part. We'll have a link in the description, as well as cards where you can click, and also we'll put it on the end. We'll put up an end screen where you can click and go back and watch that. But I tell you what, it's been really exciting, and to be able to share what I've discovered with you, Tim, and to see as well what you demonstrated on Splice, because I'm a Splice user, but I've never used it, and I wasn't even aware that of that aspect.
100%. No, it's been great. And I just wanted to say as well, if you're someone who, this might be a part of your goal to become a musician, to become a producer, to become a creator musically, go and watch our episode that we did a few weeks ago. We'll put the banner up here. We talked about 3 proven strategies to help develop those short and long-term goals. And without the procrastination that people are facing right now, procrastination, short and long-term goals applies to how you're going to use AI. What's your strategy? You have to have a strategy on how you're going to use it, and how you're going to make it work for the music you're doing as an artist, as a whatever you are. And listen, watch that video. And I think, man, it's been crazy. I think the next one's going to be good. Please comment, man. Let's have a conversation down below, and give us your opinions on where you think this is going to go and what you want to do with AI, man.
And don't forget, I know it's a cliche, but if you've enjoyed it, subscribe as well. We need your subscription. It helps. It helps.
We'll appreciate that, man.
I encourage you.
Only if you feel like you got value. Only if you haven't got value, then don't subscribe. But if you have, please, because we want genuine people, man. We love all of you. Appreciate all of you. And listen, man, it's all about the mindset, and it's all about the way that you choose to perceive the opportunity in front of you, man. But other than that,
absolutely,
love, appreciate you. Take care.
Until next time, bye.